Before you came round, I was heading for a small disaster. Before you came round, I was ready to blow me down.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making something I've never made on this channel. We're going to be making the high-low peplum top that I showed you before I started talking. I just realized I haven't made a high-low piece on this channel, so it's pretty good. I'm making this for a client, so yes. And we're going to be using 3 yards of fabric for the top. And you can use any kind of fabric. You can use cotton, you can use viscose, but I advise you to use non-stretchy fabric so it falls properly. And because we're using a non-stretchy fabric, you're also going to need a zipper. I'm using, I think, 50 centimeter long zipper because it needs to go all the way from your bust down below your waist. You're going to need some pattern paper to trace the pattern piece. And you're going to need some mashing threads, scissors, pins, and of course your sewing machine. So we're going to quickly create a bodice. It's super easy. You don't need to be perfect in pattern making to make this. So what you do is you're going to measure around your chest, and you're going to add at least 2 inches seam allowance. I already done that. And you're going to divide that number by 4. And I've divided that number by 4, and the bust or chest measurement of my client is 9.5. So you're going to mark 9.5 on your pattern paper. As you can see, I already put the mark there. It's my pen. 9.5. And then you're also going to do the same for the waist. You're going to measure your waist. You're gonna add 2 inches seam allowance, and then you're gonna divide that number by 4. And the one of my client is 16 inches. And mind you, the distance from your chest down, you're going to mark 10 inches down, if that makes sense. So you're gonna mark 10 inches down here. And from there you're going to mark your waist measurement down, and the waist measurement of my client is 8 inches. There is 8 inches, and there it is. And now you just want to connect those marks. So you're going to connect the mark of the chest and the mark of the waist together. And then you're just going to go ahead and cut it out. When you open it, this should be your bodice piece. And then you're just going to place this piece on your fabric and cut it on. For the front piece, you're going to cut it on fold, and the back piece, you're going to cut it on separate pieces because we're going to be adding a zipper. What I've done is I've added some darts to even give it more shape. You know, we added 3 inches, so we have enough piece in the front to hold in darts. And my dart is 1 inch. Both darts are 1 inch wide, so already from the 3 inches we're using 2 inches for the darts, if that makes sense. And then you're just gonna pin your darts in place to give it more shape. And if you're wondering, the length of my darts is 5 inches long and 1 inch wide, if that makes sense. Then when you've sewn in your darts, the front piece should look like this at this point. So make sure you add at least 3 inches seam allowance if you want to add in your darts, because if you don't add enough seam allowance and you add your darts, your bodice is going to be too tight. Because now we still have an 1 inch to attach the back and front piece together. We're not going to be lining the bodice. We're going to be attaching a facing to the top part of the bodice so it has a nice finish. And the facing I've cut out is the length of my chest, the length of the width of the chest measurement of the client, which is 37 inches, and the width of the facing is 3 inches, so it's 37 by 3 inches. And that you have to determine how wide your chest is, and then you have to cut your facing. So you're also going to need this piece, and then this is the front piece. I already pinned the darts in place already. And the back piece, what I did is, you can leave this step, but what I did to also have a nice shape at the back, I added the darts. But what I did when cutting the back piece is I added extra 2-inch seam allowance to the back piece, so we can then take 1 inch from both sides to create the darts, if that makes sense. So you need to add that seam allowance if you want to add a darts to the back piece as well. But after sewing the darts, the measurement is going to be the same as the front. So that's what I did. I added 2 extra seam allowance to the back. So in total, we added 5 inches seam allowance to the back, and we added 3 inches seam allowance to the front, if that makes sense. But if it doesn't make sense, just send me a message or comment below, and then I will explain it even further for you. So now we already prepared all our pieces, and then you just want to go ahead and sew your darts in place. Sew it for the back piece and also from the front piece, and then we'll come back to attach the front and back piece together. So this is what you should have after sewing in your darts, and this is the front, and this is the back piece, and this is the other half of the back piece. So now we're going to sew the front and back piece together, so right sides facing each other. I'm going to place this there, and you place this there, and you're going to pin it at the sides like so. So after you pin the front and back piece together, you're going to go sew it on the sides and also here on the side. Guys, so after sewing the front and back piece, this is what you should have after you've ironed it. So this is the front and this is the back, and I already kind of ironed the 1 inch. It's folded in 2. This is already ironed in, the one with the seam allowance we added in. So now, okay guys, so we're gonna work on the peplum piece. So as you can see, my fabric is already on fold here, so I'm gonna fold it again. So you're going to open that, right sides together, like so, and you're going to pin it on top. Okay, so after pinning it in place, you're just gonna go ahead and sew it all the way till there. Okay guys, so this is what you should have after you attached the facing. So the facing is already attached in, so as you can see, let me turn it so you can see. It's already attached in, and I've also went ahead and ironed it properly. So you can see from the front, the outside, it's nice and flat. So now we can leave this upper part of the top, and we're going to work on the peplum piece. Okay guys, so we're going to work on the peplum piece. So as you can see, my fabric is already on fold here, so I'm going to fold it again. So now I already folded twice now, and this is what you need. You need to have this loop at the pointy part here. So you can see this side is one length, and then you have the other length on this side. Makes sense. So make sure that your fabric is folded twice. So guys, I've went ahead and cut it out. Since my table is really small, so I really can't really explain it. I'm going to put some pictures of how to cut a high-low peplum so you understand what I did. After cutting it, you should have the front piece. Try if I can show you. So you can see this is the front piece, and it's shorter than the back piece. The back piece is longer, but you're going to see it in the image. After you've cut to the 2 pieces, you're going to go pin the front and back piece together, and you're going to sew it on the sides, and also sew it on the sides here. The thing is, the back piece is cut not on a fold, it's cut cut separately. So you can see after I finish cutting the back piece, I cut it open because we're going to add a zipper to the back, if that makes sense. After we've sewn the peplum piece front and back together, now we're going to attach it to the bodice piece we already prepared. So you're going to take the peplum piece, which is this, and we're going to pin it right sides together. So pin it. You can see me pinning it. After pinning the bodice to the peplum piece, you should have something like this, and then you just want to go ahead and sew it all the way to there. This is the, and zoom out more, no, but this is it. This is the top right now, and we've attached the bodice to the peplum piece. So this is the peplum piece, and this is the top. So what we want to do now, we want to determine the length of the zipper so we can sew it close at the back. So we're going to fold it like this. So this is, you take your zipper. The zipper is going to come here. You can see that there. That's where it's going to come up till there. So you can see it's quite long. It's good to have it long because then you can easily go in. So up till there, and you're just going to put a pin there, and now you can sew close the other part of the dress. After pinning, you just want to sew it from there up till here, and you're going to leave this open because that's the part we're going to put the zipper. So I already sewed it close on the bottom part, so this is it down. So now this is open, and this is where we're going to add the zipper to it. Remember, we already pre-ironed our 1 inches in on both sides. So you're going to open your zipper. You're going to start pinning your zipper from here, just here like this. You can see I already pinned my zipper in place, and right now you're just going to go ahead and sew it all the way down, coming up till there. Okay guys, so this is it after you've attached your zipper. So right now we're almost done, almost, not yet. So now we're going to work on finishing the facing piece. So because I want this to be inside, so I'm going to fold it 1/2 inch in, and I'm going to go sew that, hem that myself. You can leave it, but just for nice finishing, I'm going to sew that close. Now we're going to close the facing on the side like this, and you're going to sew it here. Put a pin, and you're going to sew it there, and then it's going to fold back in, and you're going to repeat the same step for the other side. You're going to fold it down like this, fold it, and you're going to pin it, and you're going to sew it down. After that, your facing should turn inside out like so. Should be like this from the inside, and from the outside it should be nice and finished. So like I said, you're gonna go do that step, and the dress is like semi done. You see it should be like this after you've done that. And then the only thing you want to do after that is you're going to hem the bottom of the dress. So basically the peplum piece, that's what you need to hem, and then the dress is done. So I'm going to go hem the peplum piece and finish also hem the facing piece, fold it in and sew it here, and then I'll come back to show you guys the finished look on my mannequin. Guys, so this is the finished look, and as you can see, it turned out really good. I'm so in love with it. I don't know, lately every time I make a tutorial I always want to make one for myself, and since I have been making a lot of stuff for people, I have been accumulating so many things that a list of things that I always say, oh, I'm gonna make this for myself. So this choker is not really a choker, I just tied it for the styling sake, so I didn't make a choker for it. Let me try to make it on focus. Yes, so just to complete the look, but this is a close-up as well. I also tied something on the waist. You would I would advise her to also use a belt to wear it, because it's gonna like cinch your waist even more. So that's why I also attached that belt piece. It's also not with the attire, it's just for styling sake. So this is the front, and it's also pinned at the back because yeah, my client is a bit bigger than my mannequin. So you can see it's tied at the back, and that is the length at the back. So yeah, I'm really happy the way it turned out. So guys, this is a tutorial for this week. Let me turn it, zoom out, try to focus it. Yeah, so this is the tutorial for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.